You recently had a big success with a book called The Writing Diet, Write Yourself Right Size. What inspired you to write this book, and why do you think it has become so successful?
I think it's successful because it works. And I think people get excited, they read it, and it resonates with them. And then they say, oh, I've got to give it to so and so has to read it. And they spread the word of mouth about the book, which is a very positive sort of sales tool. How I came to write this was just a catastrophe. I was given a medicine to take that I have to take that puts weight on. So I gained 50 pounds on the medicine. I went from being a small person to being a person who was too large. I was very uncomfortable, and I thought there must be something I can do that, that will combat this. And then I realized, wait a minute, for 25 years I have been teaching the artist's way. I always see people go from plump to trim in the 12-week course that I teach them. I've teased them for years that we should take a Polaroid before and after picture. Uh, it's very dramatic, the shift in people's physicality when they work on their creativity. And I thought, okay, I need to focus on working on my creativity as a dietary tool. Writing really can block overeating. So I started devising a toolkit around writing, and I found that as I worked with it, I lost weight. I've lost 25 pounds. I have 25 pounds to go,
Good for
but
you.
25 pounds is pretty good.
That's really good.
So
And you've seen other people use the same approach then, specifically from the book.
yes,
And you have some new tools in here. In addition to the morning pages and walking, you have 4 questions, a culinary art estate, halt, and the body buddy.
yes.
What are those? Just very briefly. What are the 4 questions?
The 4 questions are, am I hungry? A lot of times we're not hungry, we're just eating. All right, am I hungry? Is this what I want to eat? Is this what I want to eat now? Is there something else I could eat instead? So that sort of moves you from impulse eating, where you're just sort of grazing mindlessly, to consciousness of, gee, maybe I should take a look at what it is I am eating, to action, oh, I think I'll have this instead. And so you might have started out to graze on a piece of cold pizza, but if you ask the 4 questions, you may end up with a good Fuji apple.
So, culinary art estates.
Culinary art estates are art estates especially tuned to cuisine, because a lot of times when people go on a diet, they food becomes the enemy, and they stop eating anything that they like. They get on a little track, and that's what they eat. I say once a week, take yourself out and have a fantastic meal that you've planned ahead of time by looking at the menu and selecting the foods that are closest to clean eating. Clean eating is really no sugar, no carbs. So a culinary artist date might be that you would go to an Indian restaurant and you might have tandoori chicken, which is highly legal and delicious. You might go to an Italian restaurant and have arugula and tomatoes and skirt steak. Delicious, highly legal. So that's what a culinary art estate is.
Halt.
HALT is stolen from 12-step programs. It says don't get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. That any of those four attitudes sets us up for a binge. So when you feel like eating, when you have a snack attack, you say to yourself, wait a minute, am I hungry? Am I lonely? Am I angry? Am I tired? And if the answer is yes, you correct that condition before you eat anything. So it might be that you would make a phone call and just say, oh, I'm having a hard time today.
Would you make that call to your body buddy?
Yes. The body buddy is sort of the equivalent of, to use 12-step language again, a sponsor. A body buddy is somebody who's with you in your goal to lose weight. And it shouldn't be, a body buddy should not be a Nazi scolding you and shaming you at every turn. But it also shouldn't be an enabler saying, oh, you look perfect just the way you are, you're so darling. So you want somebody who falls sort of squarely in the middle and has a lot of common sense and a great deal of compassion.